Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to this edition of Talk Lately with Monny. Oh, I don't know why my screen just froze, but I'm sure it'll come back when it wants to. Welcome to this edition of the Talk Lately show. I hope we're live. My screen just froze on me, you guys. I see you moving, so let's continue. Hopefully it'll come back. Yep, it's still going. All right, so let's keep going. My whole screen is frozen over here, though, so I can't touch it. But it's still broadcasting. So we're here. I'm joined with Nate, the host of the Artist Exchange, every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. right over there. And Lyndsay's on the phone. You can't see her name because the screen's frozen. It looks like everything's
not frozen.
It's trying to come back, but we'll just continue.
It's not frozen. It's still on.
Yeah, but all my banners and stuff are not there. See that the logo's not spinning or anything.
So your computer froze.
That's what I'm saying. The computer's frozen. Peter! Oh. Sorry.
Peter there?
That was Tourette.
Peter.
I'm gonna send him this show. I'm like, look at this, and why you're not here to fix it. So, all right, we got a good show tonight. We're gonna talk about August Alsina because Lyndsay wants to. Mary J. Blige, American Express, Mary Trump, Netflix, Puerto Rico, Vince's Crab House, Maryland budgets cuts, Trump versus Black Lives Matter, and George Floyd's uncle. So we got a lot of stuff to cover today. There actually have been a lot of stuff going on today, but I have been oblivious because my air conditioner stopped working last night. So I did not do any work today. Because I don't like hot. I don't like heat. I don't like being hot. I don't like being cold. I like being right in that middle comfort zone, like that 70 to 72 degrees. And I felt the temperature change while I was asleep. And it woke me straight up out my sleep. And I was like, yeah, BGE home. Hi, how are you? And so I went on I went on to the website first and, tried to schedule an appointment. What is going on? And I tried to schedule an appointment. And the appointment said they didn't have any appointments until the 7th. So you get my pain that I wasn't. My camera keeps moving for some reason. Everything's going wrong. And I wasn't going to sit in here. So I was either going to do what you did and go to a hotel for the next couple of days, which is going to be crazy because it's the 4th of July holiday weekend. So everything is probably out of control expensive.
It's probably not because people still not going out as much.
You think so? You can't tell that to the cars that's on the parking lot at Walmart.
Responsible adults.
Because if you knew how many cars was on that parking lot at Walmart, then you would be like, "Oh, was there a quarantine? Is there still a disease out here?" Because it's out of control over there. And I only know that because I went to Panda Express, my new fave.
Eating all that plastic.
I only eat chicken, so I don't know what you mean. Chicken and greens. So, oh, look at my background. It just popped on. I gotta get this. There's something. I'm going to find out what this file is on here because it's not even what I thought it was. So anyway, but we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to try something new and see how this passes, and I'm going to allow
listen to it.
Some dummy gonna listen to it because they feel sorry for him and they want his penis to rupture their cervix.
I can't. You mean to tell me? Let me tell y'all something. Not one word that we have said for the past. Oh, I'm so over this tonight.
Some dummy gonna listen to it because they feel sorry for him and they
I
want
hate this show.
It's your show.
and see this though, you know what? This is your turn. Because the rest of us have had to deal with this throughout COVID.
So
I
this is
had
what people have been looking at for the past half hour.
from all of us.
From
Oh
I,
wow.
let me see. It might not be from all of us because when you were talking before, it was
right,
still
but when my
going.
sound kept going out, what it does, it mutes it automatically.
Oh, so everything was muted. See, that's God saying you don't need to be talking about this shit. That's what it said. Oh yeah, the sun is on. We got to turn
Well,
it
welcome
on.
to Talk Lately.
Hold on.
Seeing as though the first 30 minutes of the show was no talking.
Oh, but if it's on Facebook, it's gonna show the little words at the end.
Not without no voice.
Oh yeah.
I thank you for joining us tonight. It's 8:00.
Right. Where is not at?
Oh, let me see if I just didn't let her in. We just did a whole entire show with no vocals, no audio at all. And no one said anything. Y'all just watching us
It's
mime?
not
Is that
working. She's mine. She
I
said
had
it's
it
not
on.
working.
what was the password I gave in?
You gave her 363
I can't say it out loud. I had it
857.
I'm rushing.
They don't have the link.
I just clicked the link. That's what I did, and it took me right there. Mm-hmm.
Right, that's the right one.
I'm gonna tell her click the link again. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that we
Just
went
do like
on
you.
and we went on for a whole half hour on it.
Just do like a Just do it like you normally did the other videos. Like you just talk over top of it and say what we were saying and make that into a
I'm
conversation.
not doing it. That would
You
be
can
cute,
make up any
but I'm
story.
not
We can
doing
have to
that.
talk about
And I'm
anything.
I'm just keep jumping back and forth into different voices. I'm busy. That shit going on. So we just finished talking about. I guess we should just recap. We were just talking about August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith and that foolishness. Um, if you can read lips, I would say go back and look at the first half of this show. Um,
I'll make one statement because I've done a couple other interviews in the last couple of days, and that's all they wanted to talk about.
mhm.
And the short for me is one: these three people are rich as hell.
Yes.
Um, they in their own little compounds, eating caviar and chicken wings, and laughing at this right now. They probably all three on a group talk right now, laughing, jerking off or whatever. I don't know what people do in their own time,
Mm.
but I just think people
Well, I don't know.
like when you get to this point and you so upset and you the other person, like get over it because if this person does, and I've seen it, this person
Well,
will
I don't know what to
leave
tell her.
you, marry you, leave the other person, marry you, and
Mhm.
still be sleeping with the other person.
Yes.
You see this all throughout TV on reality shows right now, and this is the new way that people are doing it. It's life. Jada put it on him. He was sensitive, so that means a big penis don't mean nothing if you ain't got no control over it. And she put it on
Mm.
him, and Will somewhere laughing right now, like, cause he told him, he said, "Don't fuck with her, cause she'll fuck your life up." And he didn't
Mm.
listen. That's what I think happened. And he went for it
Mm.
anyway.
You think Will told him that? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, he said, I'm telling you, go fuck your life up. Look at me. I was young and agile at one time. Now look at me.
He told Alex Alcina that.
That's just my opinion.
You
Oh,
think
okay.
that's
I
what he
was about
said?
to say. But that
Unless,
does go on. That does go on because my ex boyfriend tried to tell that to my current. Don't fuck with
see,
her.
Hmm.
Don't fuck with her. I'm telling you, you're not gonna be able to handle her. So it does go on. Guys do that.
Well, it's
Like
true that he can't handle her.
he
Yeah.
can't.
especially when a woman gets in her 40s, you
Jada
just stop caring. Like
Pinkett is a different breed.
yes, yes, yes.
They probably had an arrangement, and
Yep,
you just messed it up. Like
yep.
now you're not gonna get no more.
Nope.
Right, right. He could have been good forever and in the family.
Yeah,
And now, I mean, because if it was going on, they all knew. All of them knew.
Yeah, they
The
I
all knew.
kids, all of them knew. Mom,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
her name? Bam Bam.
yep.
I think that they don't. I really
Game
don't think
Game.
that they tell
Game
their
Game.
children stuff. I think, and I think that's why their children come across so oblivious to things,
Look at
as if
names.
they know everything because they don't tell their children everything. So he was just a family friend, and I think that's where it left. I don't
Yeah, but
think the
them
children.
children grown. They knew.
Yeah, but I don't think the
They
children
knew for
know.
public relations standpoint. They knew.
They know now because he the snitch, and that's why
I think they knew.
August was August stayed so many nights.
Yeah,
Now
if
they
he
know.
stay and then he staying the night. I mean, as a child, they don't live there though. So I mean, only
Right.
Willow do still, and she's
But
still in
they're
and out.
known for like housing, young artists and supporting them and mentoring them.
Mm.
They do that. So fuck 'em.
He said, "Fuck him." I can't.
I'm just saying, like people got so serious about this. It's like deep conversations going on online
Again,
right
I
now.
don't care.
It's crazy. I knew Will was gay. I was like, where did that come from? Like, because Jada had a affair, you knew he was gay.
I thought Jada preferred the company of women myself.
I mean, she does. Well, I'm not. I don't know her personally, but I know people who went to school with her, and they say she does. But if she does, hey. If Will does, hey,
Yeah, that's their arrangement. That's their marriage.
hell, I'm not in the sandwich, so I really don't care.
Hmm. That's why
So,
I don't care.
Yeah,
I
relationships
see what
is,
it. I
is
can see what it is, and what it is that 25-year marriage needing something fresh.
spicy.
they said that though. I think this probably was a thing
That was the
before.
thing they said when they said they were redefining their relationship. They even had a whole episode on Red Table Talk about it.
Yeah,
That's why I really don't
it
care.
was two
We've
episodes
already
actually.
seen exactly what they said about their new life, their new way of living.
Hmm.
Willow was there, so she was witness to it. That we are in a different space because we almost got divorced.
Hmm.
They said that.
Yeah,
The whole table was full of the whole family when they were talking about it because this was almost over. She had to stop drinking and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there ain't nothing new. That's what I was like. What's your point? Now you just lost a whole family friend. Well,
he probably
you are no
did, and they
longer
don't
their
make
family
that.
friend.
Probably got to do something ungodly. And
I'm telling you, he was on there to talk about new music, right? That's what I just heard that he was talking to
but
Angela Yee about new
Angela
music.
Yee is the wrong person.
I don't
She's
know why he
not.
would go to Angela Yee, but he needed to go to the Full Breakfast Club if he could talk about your music.
That would have
But
been worse because they would have really joked him out loud.
but
They
my
would have
point
really.
was that he did this for as a publicity stunt. We're all talking about him,
Yeah, that was
and the
my.
fact that he did this as he was selling music, meaning he sold his soul.
Yeah, I mean, he sold his music.
No, because I'm not buying it. I don't want that shit.
I mean, you're not his demographic though.
Who is?
Young teen girls and 20-something
Oh,
gays.
so he needs to take his shirt off or something. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, he's really talented. So he his career has been
Right, but it wouldn't be because I would be on my tour to sabotage that.
on your tour.
Unfortunately, if I was Jada.
But she doesn't have to say anything. That's why I
Well,
when
she's
people
not.
feel
That's
like
what I'm
the
saying. In the
react-
background, they would be sabotaging. Oh no, he can't come here. He can't go to this theater.
Yeah,
And then he
but
gonna be
that's
doing
two
concerts
different worlds.
outside.
Though.
Well,
That's
he ain't gonna
two
be doing no
different worlds.
concerts anyway. She
They
gonna get
don't.
his
Neither of
Instagram
them have
account.
that type of pull in the music industry.
You think not?
They don't. I mean, they don't because
No,
his
I
demographic
don't.
is
I kind of doubt
his
that.
demographic is nowhere near who supports them. So it's
You
like
said in the
everywhere.
music industry, though. That's why I say I don't agree with that. You said in the industry,
I said the music industry.
right? I doubt that.
I don't
Jazzy
think
Jeff is
they
still
have
in
that
the
type.
industry. They're still friends. There's ways.
But I can still see. I can see if his demographic is
And
like
money
corny
talks.
as people. I just don't see them being
Right, but
able
their money.
to.
My point is that their money talks. It does. Theirs does.
People that age though.
Right, but you are messing with my life.
But that's not the world we live in right now. You can't do stuff like that right now.
What?
You can't
What do you mean? What do you mean? He did it. He started this.
because this is not an industry-led world right now.
Since
Everybody
since
is
when? When did that stop?
Like
You
that
thought
for the last couple
the
of years.
pandemic stopped the entertainment industry? We still picking up Netflix.
No, but
New
it's
shows come
still
on Netflix every week. The entertainment industry has not stopped. Music's still
it's
coming
the
out.
industry has not stopped, but this is not an industry led, especially the music industry. It's not industry led anymore.
Right, that's
Everybody
what I'm
is
saying. That they're
the
gonna have
top
to.
artists right
That's what
now.
I said. They're gonna have to take different alternative steps. Shut down his Instagram account
I
because that's where he's gonna be promoting his music the most.
don't think so.
Anyway, I'm not doing another half hour. I can't. No, nope. What else? What else y'all want to talk about from the
I
list?
said I didn't want to do that, and you started.
I just was trying to give a
make up for
recap,
that.
and then we went into something totally different. I don't want to.
I was trying
No.
to make up for that.
I
Half an
don't
hour
believe it. I don't believe it
subject.
even happened. Quite frankly,
I think
I think this is a publicity stunt, and it's gonna come out, and then he's gonna be sitting in the corner crying because he failed at what he tried to do, and then whatever happened.
because we talking about it.
No, I'm not. None more. All right. So from the list, so up next we can talk about Mary J. Blige, American Express, Mary Trump, Netflix, Puerto Rico, Vince's Crab House, Maryland budget cuts, Trump versus Black Lives Matter, or George Floyd's uncle. What's next?
I don't know. All those issues is just outrageous to me. All of them. Because I'm quite sure, even with the budget cut thing here in Maryland, it's not going to
No,
cut
it's not time to
anything
talk
that-
about it. It's time to make a choice.
I mean, but you need to make a choice there.
I did you not hear the beginning of the show? Nah, everybody else didn't, but you did.
Look, we just had a half an hour mute session. We need to keep it moving.
I know. I'm trying to, but you need to pick a subject.
I did. I said the budget cut.
All right, budget cuts. Budget cuts. Cuts. It's 2 cuts.
2 cuts. What are they cutting?
They're not cutting. That's why it's cuts. They cut the cuts.
I just think it's outrageous because why would you? I mean, I don't.
So, all right, Maryland controller plans to oppose $205 million out of the $617 million in budget cuts proposed by Maryland's Governor Larry Hogan in response to the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. So, and that would have been roughly 25% of that cut. He opposes cutting $33 million in state employee health insurance plans, which I don't understand why they would cut that in the middle of a pandemic. That sounds stupid. to cut your
I guess
staff's health insurance at this time, during a pandemic.
that's why I said that. It just don't.
Also, 27.7 million in grants to support teachers' retirement,
Oh, them teachers ain't going for that.
and 7.6 million cost of living adjustments, so no raises.
I mean, before we can even get through the budget cuts, I'm still on just the lack of real leadership in dealing with this pandemic. I'm
Lyndsay
still
would
stuck on
disagree. I
that.
seen her post today that said he's a good governor.
Who said that?
Lyndsay.
Oh, well, I don't.
Lyndsay. Lyndsay.
I saw through the facade that he was trying to put out there in the beginning.
Mm.
I still don't see where all of those testing kits went to that his wife heroically got for us from her boys across the ocean. I still don't know where they went at. And I just don't. I know he's not in control of Baltimore City, but some of his leadership, like opening up the city, and he jumped ahead before a lot of these other states did. Thankfully, our mayor was being a bitter buddy and decided to keep everything closed. But I don't, I just don't know what they're doing right now. I don't
Lyndsay.
understand what the decision is. Is she back home?
Hello, Lyndsay.
I don't think she's on. But it says she's still on.
I know. I put her out and let her back in. What was you saying?
Well, I mean, I just don't understand what I don't understand what leadership is doing. Like even our mayor here, I don't get it. I know this has probably been a hardship on the state of Maryland, um, but there was no like the city or the state don't have any type of cushion for this, or they didn't prepare for a rainy day, or what was we haven't had a bad winter storm, so normally the money that is allocated for that was any of that used for this, or like what? I don't understand.
Those are all valid questions, and I really don't know. The last time I heard about a rainy day fund for Maryland was back during O'Malley, and I remember right
With
after
Sheila
that.
Dixon.
No, as governor, it was during
Okay.
O'Malley, and that was pretty much wiped out after the new regime came in after him. So I don't know if there was a rainy day fund, but that is a really, really valid, great question. And I hope somebody listening will take that to them and ask them what happened to the rainy day fund. Why do you even have to do cuts? So what did you spend the money on? Because I don't
Well,
remember there
see,
being
that's
a
what we
rainy
were
day that it
talking
was
about.
necessary for it to be spent.
But see, that's what we were talking about in the beginning when they would didn't want to um, when they were proposing a couple different spending options, budget plan items in terms of for the school system, and they were cutting all of them like we don't have the money for that. So I knew something like this was going to come in the midst of this, but we're still in the middle of it. And what is scary is what if and it's more likely that we're going to be back into a quarantine state again, like round two of this, because other states are starting to show that. So what is going to happen then?
All right, look, we're going to take a quick break real quick, right? So stick around and we'll be right back.
What is it? Did it go out again?
Finally. Jeez. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Everything done froze again. I swear to goodness.
Oh.
I think I quit. I think I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna call the police and just
What?
quit.
No, why?
I almost
It
well
would
push
not
everything
let
onto the
me
floor
in.
because everything frozen again. So,
Oh, so it wasn't letting
ugh,
me.
such is my life.
It would not let me in to save my life. I was so mad.
And now I guess it won't let Lyndsay in either. So,
She was just in there.
hmm Phew. Look, I don't even know why this show exists. Why does it exist? I'm just so sick. I'm sick. I'm never going to cut this. I'm never going to turn this
Don't
show into anything but
don't be
bloopers.
sick. You was just jogging earlier. Don't be sick.
I ain't going to do nothing but turn this show into bloopers because that's what this is. It's a blooper show. That's what this one is.
It's not nobody's fault that you made it. Shoot, extra
I
security.
mean, because I
get in
can't even
here.
put this on on Apple like this because there's so much blankness in the show. The technical difficulties are the worst tonight. Lyndsay, are you here?
You had it like it was the freaking like you the president. Nobody can get in. I was struggling.
Lyndsay? It still say joining on her. Nate got in real easy. You got in here easy. And her phone is acting like it just, I don't know. Anyway, before we left the last time, me and Nate were arguing about him picking a topic.
Oh gosh. That's probably why I couldn't get in.
He chose this Maryland budget cuts story. And I don't remember where he left off at, but I think we should just move on. Because,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know where to go from here because you would have to rewind through the blankness to get back to where we stopped.
Okay.
So I guess we're just waiting for Lyndsay to try again, I guess. I don't know. So, all right. So here are the other topics that we have up for debate on whether we can talk about it. We got Mary J. Blige, American Express, Mary Trump, Netflix, Puerto Rico, Vince's Crab House, Trump versus Black Lives Matter, or George Floyd's uncle.
Oh, those are all good topics.
Oh.
Except for your president. Nobody wants to talk about that.
Which one?
I said except for your president. Nobody wants to talk about that.
Although the story is interesting.
Is it?
Which one you talking about? Mary Trump?
Well, yeah, that and the Black Lives Matter one.
Oh, both of those are good. They're
really
negative towards him, so that's good.
It don't matter because I kind of want to know about them all. Right. What's the most juiciest one?
What's the most juiciest one?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Puerto Rico one is kind of serious, so I'm gonna just throw that one in here real quick.
Okay.
So Puerto Rico has just declared a state of emergency, which leaves due to a drought. They just can't catch a break. Now they're having a drought, and it left 140,000 people on the island without normal running water.
Oh.
I don't know what to do. Like, that's not something we can fix. You know what I'm saying?
Really
not us up here, in the US. So like all we can do is to really like sympathize, and that's what hurts, probably the most, is that we can't do anything to help them, like take them. It costs a lot of money to ship water.
It does, but where are we gonna get it? Because we kind of got a drought ourselves.
You got a drought? Your water don't work?
No, my water works just fine.
I was gonna say you better call somebody. See, you don't have that same problem.
My water works just fine. I'm just saying,
You see, you don't have that same problem that they do. They got one water system, I believe, and it like the whole island.
What?
I mean, it's not a very big island, so.
But yet you wanted to go down there and soak up their water.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to Puerto Rico. That's still the U.S. Why would I go there? I want to leave this country. Period. Correction. Exactly. There you got it.
Correct.
You don't drink. You already don't drink the water in the DR. So
I'm gonna need you to look over here.
Sorry. You already don't drink the water in the DR. You already don't drink the water in the DR. You drink bottled water down there.
Yep. Life water. Life.
So it says more than 26% of the island is experiencing severe drought, and another 60% is under a moderate drought, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor.
Really? Ooh. So what is that saying? They've been had more hot summer days. It's been soaking up all the
It says that the
evaporating all the
utility
water.
company is strictly rationing the water.
That explains it.
You know,
We had a
it
real
says the drought
president
comes as the
with a
coronavirus pandemic
civil.
continues to spread across the U.S. and the rest of the world. Puerto Rico has at least 1,630 confirmed cases of the disease and more than 5,600 probable cases. I'm like, how do you have probable cases? Like, either you have it or you don't.
It's just probably the people that's carrying the gene, carrying it,
Right,
whatever.
but either you have it or you don't.
True.
Why is
It's
it
probably
probable?
people who have
They
it and
haven't been tested. Is
yet.
that what that means? They had 153 deaths on the island.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's dead fish all up on the beaches because of the drought.
Oh, boy.
Mm.
Well, at least they ain't got to really hunt too hard for their food.
No, it's bones. It's bones. Not.
Yeah. The fish are already dead. You can't eat that.
I'm not here for this today.
I'm saying, at least they got food. Shoot, they can eat that bone. They better roast it real good.
I'm not.
Slap some barbecue on
I
it.
don't live here. I don't live here.
This is gonna be like in the history books. It's gonna be the worst.
2020 is a fucked up year.
It is. It
And
is.
not even simply because of the what's all going on, but more so just the leadership. Like he is a piss poor anything. Like at this moment, this is when
right,
Bush
but it's not even that just
became-
happening. I mean, we're suffering this portion of it. This is all all us on this coast. But Vladimir just secured his own presidency till 2036 over there in Russia.
But this was the moment for, like, in my case, in my lifetime, Bush Jr. was like the
worst president ever. Yeah.
president. But after 9/11 and after people began to ridicule him, he stepped up and became a much better leader for the rest of his tenure as president. But it seemed like Trump is just like, man, fuck them. Like, fuck them people. Like he's not even. He's demanding that everything else open up, but the White House hasn't opened up.
Mm.
Nobody can go into the White House.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
He's demanding everything else in the country open up.
Everybody but foreign leaders can go in the White House because he's had a couple foreign leader meetings.
Yeah, but those are people who he think will get him the next president.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Everybody but them are available to go into the White House.
Crazy, like I
That's
just
crazy.
tried to shoot him. Like I know that sounds bad.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't say I would do it.
You didn't.
Oh, but you just threw it out there in the air.
Well, this one not going up on Facebook.
I'm
not.
sure it's all
I'm
over
gonna take this one
Facebook,
down
like-
and just cut it up into segments. It sucks. Because today, I don't know why I got through Richard's show perfectly fine.
That show was good.
And then get here and it's all glitchy. I don't get
Oh
it.
yeah, his show did go on today. Yeah.
Everything failed. Everything is a complete failure.
Mm.
The logo not spinning. It's a complete failure.
Did you,
Oh my
did you
God.
put that card thing you had? Or he had
No, that's the Peter.
You want me to call him?
Almost made me joke.
Beavis and Butthead is coming back. Oh,
The show?
excuse me. That's not a story. That was Tourette.
Oh. The show? The show?
Yeah, I heard it's coming back though, for real.
Is it? That was dumb.
Mm.
If all that, they should bring back Daria.
Who?
I'm over this.
You didn't watch that?
No. What is it called?
That was Daria, the white girl. You remember she had the black hair. My name is with the glasses.
That was on
My name
MTV?
is Daria. Yeah, it came on
I
back
know
after
what you're
Beavis and
talking about. I
Butthead.
never watched it though, but I do know what you're talking about. I know exactly what
My
you're talking
favorite show
about.
was the Wild Thornberrys.
Nope, didn't watch that either. I didn't watch nothing on MTV. Because who want to watch baby mothers? Who wants to watch child mothers?
Those was cartoons.
Those are cartoons to you.
Those was cartoons, sir. You know they brought back True Life.
I don't even know what that is. I wasn't
It's
back.
on
Back in the
MTV.
day, I wasn't really into reality shows.
Oh,
Sorry.
I wasn't that
gotcha.
person. I was sitcom-y. Give me a laugh. Give me some bud and laugh. Hello? Who said that?
Jade showing.
Who?
Grandpa.
What?
Father Time.
Diane. Hello? So, all right, pick the next one. Mary J. Blige, American Express, Mary Trump, Netflix, Vince's Crab House, or George Floyd's uncle?
Netflix.
All right, so Netflix is planning to move $100 million of their own cash into a Black-owned bank.
Oh, so what's a Black-owned bank?
I don't know. Maybe it's Harbor Bank. I heard they Black-owned.
Oh
They
God.
might go close down.
Not if they get this $100 million in their bank.
Harbor Bank might as well turn into PayPal. And PayPal still got more features than they got.
Oh, it's the bank itself? Oh, they need to
Mhm.
hire a new IT person, a new web developer. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
So Netflix will shift up to $100 million to lenders that serve Black communities, making it the largest company yet to pledge cash to historically underfunded financial institutions. The online TV giant will start by shifting $25 million into Black Economic Development Initiative, a new fund that will invest in Black-owned financial institutions serving low-income communities, and $10 million to Hope Credit Union. Going forward, the company will steer 2% of its cash on hand, which currently amounts to about $5 billion, to financial organizations that directly support African American communities.
Huh.
News of Netflix
Should be a
commitment
stipulation on
sent
that money,
shares of Black-owned banks soaring Tuesday. Oh, so they got money now, Nate. Carver Bank Corp Incorporated jumped as much as 192% in pre-market trading, and Broadway Financial Corp gained as much as 96%. Oh, I wish I'd known this beforehand, but that would have been insider trading.
Yeah, but it needs to be stipulations put on that money that they're going to use that to update
I'm
their
sure it will be.
services. Harbor Bank
I'm
has
sure it
been a
will be.
lot of the Black banks. They were not affected by like the crash, like at the beginning of Obama's term, because they don't take any risks. And I'm
I
not saying
I
that's a
didn't even
bad
know
thing
there
or a
were.
good thing, but
What other Black banks is there besides Harbor?
there are a number of other banks.
Name them.
Harbor Bank is just here.
Right.
Harbor Bank is just here
In Maryland, right?
in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
But there I know at least 4 of them.
Name them. We still haven't gotten any names out of you. Come on.
None.
Come on.
One United Bank is another one.
That's new, relatively, right? Because
Not
everybody I
really.
keep getting an email every single day. Complete your application. I was like, no. Because you demanded from
They were a lot
it demanded me to
like,
give them $500 up front for my checking account. No.
yeah, but see, that was they were just like Harbor Bank. Harbor Bank just started promoting.
I was like,
that
ain't
they
no
are a bank.
branches. And then I got to wait for my ATM card. Where I can no. At least I know at Bank of America, if I lose my card, I can go straight to a branch.
Citizens Trust is another.
Where's that at? In Delaware?
I was like, where's it at?
That ain't local.
I think that's a Southern bank.
And they serve their local community. See, that's what I'm saying. It's fine to be a bank, to hold money. Okay, that's fine. because you're relatively, like you said, Nate, you're relatively PayPal. Because if you don't have no branches, you're not a bank to me.
Right.
I need to be able to go into the bank and sit down and cuss somebody out. I can't customize. It's
They're,
not
they're not
functional.
even PayPal.
I like
They're
to
not even
cuss outs in
PayPal.
person. I like to cuss people out in person. I don't like to, like if my
Right.
mortgage is screwed up, I'm going to my branch where the lady that gave me the mortgage is still sitting there, so I can lay not hands but voice on her.
And it's like and trust and believe, I'm not a fan of Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or PNC
Nope.
Bank.
Mhm.
They are horrible institution when it comes to their customer service and what they offer.
Mhm.
But their services, like those banks, I can go and I left my card at home and I can get into my account at an ATM with my phone.
Mhm.
Harbor Bank, I gotta wait till tomorrow morning
That's
when
the
they
same
open
thing
back
as
up.
CQ. You gotta wait for the next day to get help.
Yeah, and I understand because it's the same principles that held the credit unions up. But even the credit unions have said, look, we gotta expand.
I mean,
This
they're
whole
better, but for that same reason is the same reason why I will not move all of my financial things over to CQ. Like
yeah.
I would have loved to have been able to do that, but I can't do that when there's limited access.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it. I remember speaking to the branch manager of Harbor Bank, the one that's in Park Heights, and she was saying, well, their principals rely on them not taking a lot of risks. So when things do happen to the government, everybody money that is with them is
Mhm.
protected. And then a lot of their people that bank with them don't have the best reputation for being good with their money. So it's really helping people to not be so impulsive. But if I need my money at midnight, I need my fucking money at midnight.
I'm sorry, Lyndsay
Mhm.
over here commenting talking about good show.
Who said that?
Shut up, Lyndsay.
Where is she at?
She watching. Talk about good show.
Why is
I'm
she
gonna put
not
this
on
show
here?
in the furthest part of the trash can. Do you hear me?
Throw the whole show away.
I'm gonna throw this whole show in the trash completely, entrails and all.
Oh god.
Oh, we
Right.
about
So
to
yeah,
tell
I mean,
highway
just I can
sales.
give you an example. Like today, with Bank of America, you can transfer it to anybody, anywhere, anyway, any place, anyhow, any way you can. You can transfer your money, and it'll be there the next damn day,
Well,
or the
some of
same
those
day.
banks
It's
have
not the
Zelle.
same day. The latest you'll
Right,
get it is the next day, or
right.
because I know I transfer to Nate all the time, and it's the same damn day.
Yeah, yeah.
So mind you, okay, so my mortgage and stuff is over there, right? So I need to transfer the money over to there. Why it take 4 days? Why? Why does it take 4 days? Y'all in the same damn state. Just have somebody walking over across the street to seek you. Damn.
And it's just a flick of the switch.
I don't get it. It said, I posted it today. It said it's not going to get there till Monday the 7th. No, when is the 7th? That's Monday, right?
Yeah, the 7th is Monday.
No, it's
Or
Tuesday.
Tuesday the 7th. Because it needs 3 business days. Like, what kind of sense does that make? I don't understand. ACH debits
And
don't
all
take
they're
that.
doing is
Nothing at the
looking.
the clearinghouse of ACH, the automatic clearinghouse, takes that long to get to from bank to bank, and then it's bank to bank. Like, you don't trust me?
Yeah.
Like, why don't y'all trust each
It's
other?
like they don't trust. I was gonna say they don't trust each other. They banks.
And then
We
it's the
got a
top
solid
bank. It's
institute
Bank
right
of
here.
America. It's the top bank.
Right.
Like,
We
you
have
don't
a
trust
solid
me?
institute. No, they don't trust each other. Like, hold on, let me hold on to this money to the last bit. Scoot it over. Like,
And then when you
no.
set it up, when I set the account up to do the transfer, it said, we're going to put 2 small deposits in this account just to make sure. You don't have a better verification system than that yet?
Nope.
Nope.
But the government
Hit
can
the
snatch,
button.
but the government can snatch money out my account.
Quick.
At any time.
Quick.
And y'all
They
will
can
give them
snatch-
access to
They
do
can
that.
snatch their fees out at any time.
Like you owe child support. Yup. Quick.
And y'all don't have the capability of verifying accounts better than this. That don't make sense. And then you have all of my information as well as Bank of America has all of my information. So there should be a better linking that y'all can confirm account details than this. Because I'm giving you
But
the
it's not
routing number
like-
and the account number to use as, for you to put those deposits in. It don't make sense.
But it's not like you are outside source trying to get into your account.
I was trying to tell them, I told them last
week.
week, like, why aren't y'all on the Zelle program yet? Because that would
Who's
cut
not
out
on the
all
Zelle?
of it. CQ, they're not on Zelle.
it?
CQ's
CQ?
not on Zelle. Like, why y'all not a part of that yet?
It's gonna take a while. By the time they develop another program similar to Zelle, then they'll get Zelle.
It don't make sense. Yeah. But Netflix is giving them $100 million, not to the CQ, but to the black banks. There's 6 of them that Nate for there.
I mean, it's a number of them, but a lot of them are like credit union style. They're like, a lot of them are local banks within their community.
Or maybe the $100 million will help them start to spread, because that's the problem. There's not enough of them. And without there being enough of them, I can't come on board.
If they switch to an online format, it'll be
like that one United Bank was like, you got access to 30,000 ATMs. Where? And say 7-Eleven. I dare you.
It is. That's what it means.
I haven't been at a 7-Eleven in I don't know how long.
What is the most?
Well, you better start going, because you know the.
I got mad when Bank of America stopped allowing you to use your debit card at Royal Farms.
You can't use your debit card there?
You can use it, but it's not free anymore. It used to be free
on their ATM?
in their ATMs, and now it's not free.
Oh,
because everybody was using it too.
And they wasn't getting that $3 every time you use your card there.
Yeah, but most time people were, because I used to go in there just for that, and I wouldn't go in.
I used to go up there. Yeah, I used to go there all the time and deposit money, because I don't ever withdraw money.
You just shop.
Thank you. No, I just deposit. I've already shopped.
That's what I'm saying.
I really need to step it up, because now PayPal has more features than they got.
Yeah, that PayPal feature where you can put the money in your account immediately is amazing. That's awesome.
For PayPal, like you can cash your check.
That's what I mean.
PayPal.
Yeah, and then you can do that debit card thing where you can actually send the money to your card the same day for that. It only costs you 5%. Versus waiting 1 to 3 business days.
Jeez,
that's a shame.
PayPal on it though. So what's up? Mary J. Blige, American Express, Mary Trump, Vince's Crab House, or George Floyd's uncle?
Well, Vince's Crab House has turned into a carryout now.
Is that the choice?
I'm guessing so.
They sell party wings and crab.
Right,
well, they always say
so
crab.
Here we go. Let's watch this.
Oh, wait,
it don't work.
Let me see if I can watch
it. Don't work.
I'm
gonna shut this whole bitch down if it don't work.
Oh gosh!
You try to play videos.
Let me see if it's gonna work. Let me see if I can watch it.
I hate it. I hate it.
You know. Oh,
Answer it up.
It looks like it's
Okay, there you go. No sound. Can y'all hear it?
No.
I hear it. Yes, sir. Oh, I hear it.
You hear it?
It's low, but I hear it.
It's selling pizza fries, pretzel fries.
Because the interesting part is that I can't hear it in my ear.
Selling quesadillas. I can hear the movement.
Did I hear somebody yell cut?
No, nobody yelled it.
I was in this thing. I thought I heard somebody say cut.
Nobody said it.
Or rap.
Oh my god, it's so dark.
Why is it so dark?
I know it just got dark.
So with the Vince's Crab House video that apparently I guess it played and y'all heard it, but they were apologizing. I mean, they weren't apologizing again. They were on their Woe It's Me tour. Where they were talking about it's time. What did they say? It's time for us to be able to walk outside our business without being yelled and screamed at. It's time for our customers to feel safe to come here and support us the way they have for over 15 years. It's time for the law to be enforced. This is what they're
Well, I
saying.
mean, if that's true, specifically about their customers, I would
Water.
think that they would be still beyond
That's me giving you water.
$1,700.
That's me giving you some
And
water.
their crowdfunding hasn't moved since we last did the show.
Right, so they suffering. They know about they know hard times is coming.
And most of them were like 1,000 of that is from his sister. So you really only raised like $500 or $600.
And they was out there deep today. I seen it on the on World Star Hip Hop.
What was on World Star?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, they might as well close down. But they posted all these pictures on there. I'm on there.
But so let me ask you this: when is it time for them to give up?
They're not. They're not gonna give up.
You don't think they're gonna give up after after they see the sales report at the end of the month?
They're gonna do everything in their white power to.
Because it's been. I mean, the black community doesn't even enter the doors, and that was 75%. Remember, that's 75% of their business.
But he said that. He said that in that fake apology that he made.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So now you don't think they're going to give up after 75% of their business? Now you got way too many crabs. You got way too many crabs back there.
They're not, because right now they're posting all these things that they didn't normally sell before.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're going to try their best, like Nate said, to fight for the black community to come back or something.
Like
by doing what? By saying
they're gonna.
It's time for us to be able to walk outside our business without being yelled at, and yelled and screamed at. And you think it's time for that? That's them fighting for the black community. I think that's trying to disregard their problems.
No, but I see them doing this, adding to their menu. Like they never served party wings before.
Yeah, they did.
They got buffalo wings now, and
at that location, the one in Middle River location did. Yeah, they did that, and crab balls and all that kind of stuff.
I never saw that stuff on there.
Yeah, they were competing with Captain James.
I just think they're gonna try to have like all types of little, outings, and then they're gonna try to have like giveaways and stuff like that, just to try to.
They already had like the $1, $2 crabs.
But it failed.
Steaks on here now.
It failed.
I think they're gonna try everything they can before they realize that it might as well just give it up or something.
That's what I'm saying. How long before you think they give up?
I mean, they gonna hold on. These are some.
I'm gonna say a couple months.
They gonna hold on until, like, at the end, they gonna try to sue. They gonna try to.
I'm gonna say about Christmas.
Well, that's what this is. That's what that video was about. It was about their lawsuit against the county, and that was their press release.
No, they're not gonna win that.
Because that's why she ended it with, it's time for the law to be enforced, because that's what they're suing over. They're suing because they said the police didn't protect them from.
There's no laws
the
to
protester.
Protesting, though. You can't.
My point exactly. That's what I don't even know where this lawsuit is going to go, because it's like, well, the police did protect you. Your windows are still there. They knocked them windows.
Yeah, nobody did anything illegal, so. That's why the police be standing out there. They not telling the protesters to leave.
Mm-hmm. All they doing is making sure you don't get no business, which is what protest does. That's called a protest. That's how you do it. You
I'm surprised the owner of that shopping center has not.
That's probably what's next to getting an eviction, because he's getting a whole bunch. I mean, the publicity for the whole entire shopping center is being ruined.
Yeah, and I'm quite sure the other stores have complained to them.
Mm-hmm.
So they might not renew
probably not on the days. They probably ain't complaining on the days when it's only 5 people with signs, because
Yeah, but it's still.
That's just like a group of
in
people
that
with
area,
umbrellas.
it's still preventing people from coming out, because and every time you see people out there, you don't see a lot of cars in that parking lot.
Not on that section, because of that the shopping center wraps around, so it's other stores on the other side. But not on that side where the dollar store is.
I got the man owning that not renewing that lease.
That's crazy.
They might as well just set this stuff
I wonder if
outside.
he's black or
You know,
not. If
wait
he's
till
if
home.
the leasing people are black, because then
Probably
that would be
not.
like, oh yeah, put this over there in the denial pile.
Mm. What's the next story?
Paying rent. I know they mad because they gotta keep buying the food or they
That's
not
what
gonna
I'm
pay
saying.
rent.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. All them crabs that's in the back just sitting there spoiling.
That's what they claimed the first 9 days of the
He
protest.
gonna use
They
this one.
lost
He
so
gonna use
much
this
food.
video in court. They laughing at me.
Who wasn't laughing at you? Was laughing with you. You just wasn't laughing loud
No, we
enough.
were laughing behind your back.
Nobody's done anything. Nobody's done anything illegal. Those
Mhm.
people could have crossed the picket line.
But
at
the
any
picket line
time.
ain't
Nobody
it's
was
not even a real
forbidden.
picket line. They're in the grass right by the street.
But even if they was counting like in the
The
beginning
police,
of this,
at least,
people
I
were
mean, they
still
got
walking
that part.
through
Police asked them to move out of the parking lot of the store
right
and into the grass in the sidewalk
on the
area.
sidewalk. Yeah.
So now every time a customer comes, they just scream over the bushes, "Hey, don't get no crabs!"
I cannot.
Peeking out the
I'll be
bushes like with their sign. Don't get
Yeah.
those
I
crabs.
want to walk in there. I want to walk in
I be
there.
like,
I want to
who
walk
said
in there
it?
and just look at the menu like for a minute. Just look at the menu and be like, hold on, I'm trying to decide. And then like start ordering.
Don't get those crabs.
Write it down shit.
I hate
We
them.
see you looking.
So stupid.
All right, so
Oh,
we got Mary
man.
J. Blige, American Express, Mary Trump, Trump versus Black Lives Matter, and George Floyd.
Let's do the Mary J. Blige.
So, did you see the picture floating around about her in those shorts and that little shirt with her stomach all out and stuff with the little pom poms ponytails? You haven't seen that
No.
picture? It's floating all
I
over
didn't
Instagram. She
see
looked really,
it.
really good. Really, really good.
I didn't see it. Shall I Google?
Well, I was wondering what the photo shoot was for because she's in that new movie coming out.
She has a new wine.
And the Aretha Franklin movie, but it's for the photo shoot was for the new wine that she has coming out, called Sun Goddess Wine. I wonder if it's good. And like, how do you choose between wines at this point? Like, I mean, if you're a wine connoisseur, I mean, I would try one bottle and that would be it.
And that's all she cares about. She only needs you to just buy one. Just like everybody.
I just want to know what it tastes like. I really do. It's so she has a I hate this one. A Sauvignon Blanc and a Pinot Grigio.
You said a Sauvignon Blanc.
A Sauvignon.
What?
A Sauvignon.
Why you gotta say it like that?
A Sauvignon Blanc.
Why you gotta keep saying it like that?
Because that's what it's called. It's a Sauvignon. The G is silent.
Okay, well, I will try it.
The G is silent. Sauvignon.
I'm dead.
Blanc.
I'm dead.
It's a white wine.
Oh, it's a white one?
Yeah.
What's the other one? The Pinot Grigio.
Pinot Grigio.
That's like a rosé.
I thought it was that's like
Right.
That's like a rosé.
Everything. Like everybody needs to go get some rest.
I really want to. I would try it to support.
Right. I'm hoping it's good because nothing will be at this point. I'm stuck. Nothing. I don't drink wine that much. I haven't drank wine in a long time, but I have a choice now, and I'm settled on my Moscato.
Yeah. Moscato,
that is my fave. It's so tasty. I think I want some. Do I have some upstairs? Hey, Nemers!
Oh my God, stay focused.
Oh, Nemers right here.
Stay focused. Where we at?
Mm-hmm. I wonder how much. What's the price point too? Because
I still gotta check that picture out.
Moscato is $12.99 a bottle, and I think I'm at my limit. I won't go above that. What's the price point of this wine? Ain't nobody getting no $25 for the wine. I'm sorry.
Not
me
for no
see.
wine, no. Unless
It's in the
like
middle of a
whole
pandemic.
case.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. Wine got to come cheap and fast.
It's probably like a $20.
No, I'm not. That's still too much. Not for the same bottle as my Moscato wine that come in $12.99.
No, that's the rest.
Why you holding-
This I'm holding the bottle of Moscato.
I know why you holding.
This bottle of wine right here is $8 cheaper, and it tastes good, and it's great. It's good,
Obviously, if you're still holding it.
right? So you've never been to one of our open houses. I usually bring like 10 to 20 bottles of it.
Oh, I missed them. I'm gonna have to get an invite.
In all different flavors, and we give the
Do-over.
bottles away. And I would give the bottles away.
I need a bottle. Do over.
Moscato, that was me trying to say you need to sponsor me. How you doing? Come on. That's what I'm gonna send you this video.
We getting
no, I'm not.
sponsorship
I'll send you this
stuff.
segment of the video because the rest of this video is going way down in the dumpster. way down in the dumpster. Because I'm throwing the show
like this
completely away.
You can't even where to go.
I can't take it. It's got to go. This show has got to go. It's got to go.
Did nobody tell you to have a whole?
It's barely anybody
security
watching
to get
it
in here.
because all of the security issues that we done had. Somebody done broke in here, stole my router, so the show kept going blank and stuff. They took out the video card while we were broadcasting. Like, I don't know what happened. I can't even tell you who did it.
Yeah, I told you it's gonna be about $20. It's like $19.99.
No, because I'm buying
for her
Mary
wine?
J. Blige's
Wine.com.
name, and if she ain't stomp Air Grape, I ain't trying to hear it.
She didn't. I be
She
in
ain't
the
stomp
with Lucy.
Air Grape, I ain't trying to hear it. And if she
I
stomped the
always wanted to
grapes,
do
I don't
that.
want it. If she stomped the grapes, I don't want it. But if she didn't stomp the grapes, I don't want
You
it.
still don't want it.
No.
Listen,
'Cause I
I'm
don't-
trying to be on that I Love Lucy type deal.
just to
Remember
know
them
somebody's feet.
segment?
Just to know somebody's feet touch my wine.
But you know they do that.
I hope that's not an FDA approved process here in America.
Money. So you didn't watch. So you didn't.
But I don't want to
Love
know
Lucy?
somebody's feet touch my grapes.
But you never watched I Love Lucy? That episode.
I did. I know how wine is
I
made.
want to do that.
But I don't want to know that somebody's feet touch my grapes.
That's okay. You can take my wine and I'll be like, I did this.
Because they come straight out their shoes into them grapes. You ain't never seen somebody wipe their feet off. You ain't never seen somebody wipe their feet off. You ain't never seen it.
I would sanitize my feet before I do it.
But you ain't never seen it. You ain't never seen somebody come out their shoes, sit down on a little stool or something with some Lysol wipes, and
Wipe
clean
the
off the
feet
bottom.
down. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah.
You ain't never seen that. You ain't never seen them put on no plastic bags. You ain't never seen them put on no plastic bags and tie it real tight.
But if you put on plastic bags, you're gonna be slipping everywhere.
I don't care, but your feet ain't touch my grapes.
But it's preserved. It's that and
alcohol.
Years.
You think the alcohol's gonna kill it all, and then you wonder why your throat's sore.
You know what? Never mind.
You wonder why you got that staph infection in your throat.
Moving on.
I don't want to do it. I don't want y'all to do it. Don't stomp no grapes, okay?
Okay.
I think I'm gonna send my mother one. She like Mary J.
I'm not paying no $20.
You gonna wonder? Now he gonna wonder why she going all the time.
What you say?
All right, so American Express, Mary Trump, Trump versus Black Lives Matter, and George Floyd's uncle.
I want to do George Floyd's uncle.
All right, George Floyd's uncle is vowing to remove the Confederate flags from his South Dakota town's police logo. I don't understand how it made it in there because they're in South Dakota. Mm-hmm. That's at the northern part of the state. The Confederacy was down there in the South.
But slavery was everywhere.
I agree, but that was the Civil War thing, Confederates versus the Union. And that was the South versus the North. So how did it get to South Dakota? Did they win?
Do you think he even got a chance?
I'm just wondering, did they win South Dakota? Like, did the Confederacy win South Dakota?
Oh, I don't know.
And then lost the war?
I didn't really pay attention, and I didn't in world history.
Yeah, but slavery was
I copied
everywhere.
off of
It
people.
was typically North
Right, but
against
that's
South.
not what that
Paper.
flag. The flag was not about slavery. That flag was not about slavery. The flag was about the South versus the North of
Confederate flag.
America.
No, the flag that
They
was the
had
Confederate
slaves,
flag,
yes,
right? Those were the
and they were the ones
was
that didn't want
Confederate,
slavery. They were the ones that didn't want slavery to end.
right? The original 13 colonies. That's what
Hmm.
the Confederate flag was.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I didn't know how. I was just trying to figure out, like, how does South Dakota? I know their name is South Dakota, but they're not in the South.
But they're not in the South though.
So how did the Confederacy flag
That's North
become a
Dakota,
part of
North
this
East
police
Dakota.
station's logo?
Yeah,
I mean,
because
that's just it just,
no,
but
because that
what it
flag has
sings
been
out to me
used.
is racism in the
Yeah,
police
but that
department.
flag has now been used to signify racism. It has
Yeah,
nothing to do with the North and the South now because
but I mean,
slavery
that
was
South Dakota
everywhere.
police
The
station would
people
have
who were
would
fighting
have
to end slavery
outdated.
had slaves.
That South Dakota, what I'm saying is that South Dakota police station would have outdated racism as a full to now. So it wasn't
If you go,
representing
but
racism when it was probably
if you
created.
go to places like Boston, you will see the Confederate flag.
Well,
That
that's because
Boston
they've
is a very
migrated. I'm
racist.
talking about a
So that I mean,
entity.
well then I
An
feel like
entity actually has the Confederacy flag, the Confederate flag in their logo.
well I feel
Yeah,
like
you're gonna have people up
some places are
in
still
somewhere north with the
some
Confederate
places are
flag.
still racist. Like if you go to some parts of Georgia, like Macon and stuff like that, they still are racist. So
Who?
that's probably
Where?
like Macon, Georgia.
Well, that's the South, and that's
Yeah, but I'm
expected.
just saying they still have racism in certain parts.
Yeah,
So
but I'm
so that's
talking about in
probably
your
right.
insignia. That's what we're talking about. The logo of the police station has the
No,
Confederate
but I'm
flag
just
in it.
saying it's probably in that county or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's still racism, so they do that. So it's like okay,
But no,
that's
I
probably
was
how
just
they
trying to
snuck that up
understand, like,
in
how
there.
did it get up there to become in the
I don't know.
insignia of
It's
a
his
township
leadership.
in the North?
I don't
Because
know.
it no longer the Confederate flag is no longer about the South holding on to their ways. It's really a symbol like the Nazi flag. It's a symbol for racism
Mm-hmm.
and discrimination. It has nothing to do with the North and the South because you couldn't wave the Confederate flag here in Maryland. You couldn't wave it in somewhere like New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be able to get away with something like that. But if you're in North Dakota, it ain't really a big population of people there.
Mm-hmm.
So the people there may be a little bit racist and may be oblivious or don't really care about what the significance of that is. And it may not be a big black population in South Dakota.
Yeah, so
So
that's what he said.
don't
George
fight
Floyd's
against
uncle vowed on Monday to urge his small town of Gettysburg, South Dakota, to remove the
Mhm.
Confederate flag from the police department's insignia.
Yeah.
That's I don't even know.
Well, somebody's seen it now, and now we're able to fight against them. So somebody's complaining.
Mm-hmm.
So they may have like a small black population there or a small ally community there, but that racism is everywhere.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah. So the Gettysburg City Council is going to meet next week. If you care, you can probably get on their website.
I'm tired of these investigations. What are you investigating? The shit is wrong. Take it down.
Who's investigating?
I mean, the fact that they have to meet to make the decision, like, is wrong. Take it down.
Well, they
Now.
got to talk about it and then vote. So
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
whether they want to do it or not, I don't know what
See,
their
that's the
council
problem
is
that I
made
have.
up.
All this investigation.
I don't know what their county is made up of. So it might be it
When
could
I
be a
hear,
fight.
even when an investigation was a promise happened, when they say stuff like you want it to happen, you racist. So that's the decision.
Well, I mean, I guess it matters if say for instance, out of the 1,200 people that this town apparently has, it says under 1,200. So let's go with 1,150.
See, it's not a big population.
So let's go with the township has 1,150 people in it. If 1,100 of those people want the Confederate flag, and only 50 don't,
but they can always take it
the
to
flag
court.
stays.
The flag stays.
But then they'll have to make it a legal issue and fight it in court. And then if they lose there, they got to take it to the Supreme Court.
Right. But who's how can you can't fight the people of the town? The town says they want to keep it.
Yeah,
but then but then it's
the
going to upset
legality
some
of
people.
it. Right, the legality overstates anything those citizens.
It would, but the legality is what? What is the legality? The legality is that the people said they want this flag, and you can't tell people that their flags.
But that's not a private company, though.
No, it's a town. That's why I said the people said they wanted. The people get it.
I want to speak on reality.
Yeah, but that police department is owned by that county, not the people.
The town. It's owned by the town. The voters.
Looking at reality, it may get to the point where if people don't feel like they're getting their way and they're being heard, it may become a riot or some type of vandalism towards it. They may vandalize it, take it down, burn it.
So that's what I'm saying. If the people say they want to keep the flag stays.
Yeah, but
you get some people that don't want it to stay.
Because the only people that can vote it down to take it down is the city council.
They brought it to the town's council to be able to vote.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They brought it to the town's council, so they're going to have a hearing where if the people overwhelmingly say, "I want to keep it,"
and then you can take it to court and sue them. And then if the judge says, "Yeah, we got to take this down,"
right? But that's what I'm saying. But there's no legal issue because it's a flag.
It's not. It's a legal issue because that's not a privately owned company that has that flag.
No, it's not. It's a town council that says we want to keep this. There is no legal issue.
They could go to court and sue them.
They would sue for an injunction. The injunction would say, "We want to take this racist flag down."
Right, and then
the judge would say, the judge would review it. The people said they want to keep it. The legal issue is dismissed.
I don't think in a time like this that they're gonna, if they take it to
court, if it's a judge of that town, because if they try to appeal it, then it goes to the appeal courts of their state, which the judge firstly would have been a district judge.
I think
he would have said
because it's the person who's bringing it to it, George Floyd, being that. It was but
again, I'm not even talking about that. I agree with you if it was because of the time that George Floyd's brother might have a little bit of clout. But what I'm saying is what if this town it's only 1,200 people, 1,100 of the 1,200 people say we want to keep this flag, and you only got your 100 people.
But that doesn't really matter because look how many people wanted to keep the statue. It was way more people who actually vote that wanted to keep a lot of these statues, and they were outvoiced by the people who did not want it. So it did you can take it to court. So
like where?
In terms of like here, like it was about to be a court issue because Pew at the time was not doing anything to take down those statues.
I actually don't think so. I think that people weren't the people that were allowed us won.
Right, that's what I said. But a lot of them were not.
I don't think anybody really, because I know I didn't really care. I'm not. I don't walk around looking at statues and shit. So
but that's why
I don't goddamn care.
Because even the protests, it wasn't like huge mobs. It was just that at the time, Pew.
I never had a kid walk up to me and say, "Hey, can you tell me a little bit about this statue?" I don't fucking know.
And that's really why they were up for so long. That's one of the reasons why they stayed.
Get away from me! Take this sucker.
Know the history behind it. So a lot of us played and climbed on statues.
Like all those dang statues in front of City Hall. Who the fuck are these people? I don't care.
I don't know, little boy. Why don't you just go over there and get some ice cream?
I wonder why he on that horse all his life. Like I don't know.
Just direct that child to get some ice cream.
People like you are wise.
People go to the Washington Monument for what?
That's a black
you can see that building in pictures.
You're supposed to go and enjoy yourself.
No, I'm not going.
That's a black person.
I went to the Smithsonian twice, right? And their time was fun. I was bored.
Okay, then you got to switch it up and do something else.
I haven't gone to the African American one yet. I'm not looking forward to it either.
Okay, I think you'll like that one.
You think I'm gonna like it?
You'll like it.
I still feel like I'm gonna be bored.
It's very
kind of hard to play.
Yeah, but it's not just pictures on the wall. It's very interactive, so you get to.
Oh, you can touch stuff.
Part of a lot of the exhibits.
Can you take it home?
Oh Jesus! Yeah, if you buy it.
You can buy stuff.
That means you gotta withdraw from your
See,
account.
it's Negroes like
Get that
him is
credit
why
card.
we can't have nothing. That's why they won't allow us to have anything.
Stingy motherfucker.
I'm just not interested. I'm sorry. It's not
But
that
it's
I don't
our-
Well, you
care.
know-
It's your history, though.
I don't
They
care.
have a museum. They have a museum where the people act out this thing,
Mhm.
like the
Inside of the
scenery, you know?
come on, tell me about it.
Mhm.
Inside of the museum. I got
Yeah, so
questions.
it's like, you know, if you for younger kids, you know, the younger kids want to know about the history. So you know how back in the day they have like
Is that at the
if they
beginning
wanted
part?
to learn.
Is this at the
Huh?
beginning? Is your story at the beginning part of the museum? I want you to walk me through it so I don't have to go.
No, you're gonna go. You're just gonna get a splash. Okay, so listen, it's just basically like, you know how I don't know, name somebody, Jackie Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a character that acted out, you know, some of his life story. So they were like, you know, he was Jackie Robinson, and so he would act out the start of his life and get till he got down to the part of the baseball playing and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't really know where that museum is at, but I do know there is one that does that.
Mm-hmm.
That act out each
Did he like
character.
leave?
Right, Money?
How you leave your own show?
Ooh, I'm sorry, I fell asleep.
So ignorant. And see, this is the type of Negro behavior. Is why we're still at a point right now where we're fighting for our rights.
I'm sorry, I don't care.
What? That's
You might as well
why
just be a
that
Republican.
palm tree is so heavy right there, and that's why your tail is still in Baltimore, because you is just shady as you play. That's why.
And that's why your ponytail will never.
I'm gonna go once.
It would never move. It's
Nah,
still stiff.
nah.
I'll go
You're
once.
not.
I'll go one day. It'll be one day
They have a
before I
really
leave the
nice
country.
restaurant.
I'll
If
go
that's
once
any-
before I
if
leave the
that's-
country. I'll go once before I leave.
You're lying because I took a whole.
No, you don't know I'm lying. That's the future. It might happen.
I took a whole trip full of people. Most of the people at the station, and you did not want.
When? I didn't know about that trip. Because I don't care.
It was like 40 of us that went on that. Even Sherman.
Oh my God.
I knew nothing about y'all going to no
West Virginia
museum.
went. That's crazy.
I don't know nothing about it.
It was so many people on that trip.
Except for me, you didn't invite me. And what was it? What was the invite at?
The invite.
Why
was
would we
me
invite you?
saying,
You
"Hey,
Shady
gotta-"
McGrady.
Right.
I would have went. I probably would have found a restaurant to sit in with my
You would have
laptop.
went and been as
They have
shady
a
as you could
restaurant
be.
inside. Like you do half of the trip, you eat, and then you do the other half.
All right, the next time you give a trip, I'll go.
It is really,
You're
it's a
lying.
really.
You were so nonchalant.
Why am I lying? How you don't know that? That is the future. I might decide to go. I might feel like going outside that day. So it'll be in 20. So we talking about 2022, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Take your nephew. He'll go. He'll really like it.
Now I gotta watch a kid and stuff.
You see what I'm saying?
You trying to give me so much work.
Like, that's
This is
crazy.
y'all out of control. Like, no, I'll take him if he wants to go.
The sad thing, he probably already been.
Probably several times. He in a county school, so yeah.
That's sad.
Mm.
You know, this is those black people with a couple dollars in the bank that don't care about the rest of us. Don't care about their history. They don't vote.
I know the history. I don't care about it. I mean, I don't. That came out. That came out. That came out. That honesty came out. Sorry.
You don't care about nothing. You know what?
No, I care. I care about now because this is the only part I'm living through.
And that's why you here in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was negative. I don't know if that was a dig or like what.
And your ponytail stiff.
Yeah, it's stiff.
It's not stiff. What are you talking about?
It's right stiff. It went right back to the plane.
It did, but it's not stiff. You got me fucked up. My hair flows, bitch.
It does. It does.
Moving on.
What was I just asking?
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't care.
Because you never care. You never care. He told me he was gonna leave me and then tell them that I got drugs in my basement.
Oh, if I gotta be involved in the crime? Yes, I don't care. I'm out.
No, because you didn't. I told you couldn't leave the state without me.
Oh yeah, when they chasing us, but you will get left behind.
I'm going with you.
Well,
Don't treat me like this.
you better hold on tight.
Oh, I will be. I already
American
told you I'm on the
Express.
back of the trunk.
American Express, Mary Trump, or Trump versus Black Lives Matter.
What is Mary Trump?
Oh, okay. So I didn't even know about this. So he got this niece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Mary Trump. Oh,
You
that's
got
not even the
siblings?
story.
Ew. It's other shit like that? Mm.
Wait a minute, that's not the story.
Oh, okay. Scratch it.
No, here it is. Okay. He got this niece. Her name is Mary Trump, and she's writing this tell-all book. I want this book. I want to read this book. I want to read this book like I wanted to read Omarosa book that I didn't read.
Is it his niece? I thought it was another family member.
Did you
that
catch
was writing
that?
the
You
book.
caught that?
I thought it was his
I caught it.
nephew.
I caught it. Just
I
the hey.
I still haven't read that book. That book upstairs holding down my covering up half my air conditioner hole.
What book?
Omarosa's book.
You know what?
Give me my damn book back.
Oh,
Every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna read you this week.
oh! Instead of propping up his air conditioner.
It's on the floor, covering up half my air conditioner, so it only blows out half the air.
You didn't even read the damn book.
Oh
'Cause
my
it
God.
get
So
cold
what
in
is
my
it?
room
Okay, so what is
sometimes.
what's she trying to expose him now? She against him?
Yeah, but he won't let the book come out. Apparently, it's
not.
a part of their
But is it
of
is
his
it
parents'
niece? I thought it was
will.
another family member.
So it says, all right. So after a judge in Queens County dismissed a previous lawsuit for being filed in the wrong form, the president's brother, Robert Trump, filed a new complaint in the New York Supreme Court in Dutchess
That's his
County,
brother.
requesting a preliminary injunction and a temporary restraining order to prevent the book from coming out. So now they're trying to, force her not to put this book out. Judge Hal Greenwald scheduled a hearing for July the 10th, but granted a temporary injunction on Tuesday to keep the book on hold until then. I want to know what's in this book that they want to hold it back.
She's probably telling all types
Look
of
at the
stuff.
cover. Can you see the cover?
Wait, back it up a
I
little
would.
bit.
You know what she should do?
Oh,
She should
oh
write
there
a.
you go. Ew.
Did you see it? It's him.
She should write an abbreviated version of it and leak it. So when all this is over, she can write the official book. Put the official book out. Put that shit out.
So the judge order says that
I'm trying to see
the July
myself.
10th hearing will be for Mary Trump and the publisher Simon & Schuster to argue why the book should not be kept under wraps for the duration of the case. The lawsuit states that when Trump's father, Fred Trump, died in 1999, there had been objections over the will, and as part of the settlement agreement, the complaint says the family members, including Mary Trump, the niece, could not publish any accounts of the litigation that had ensued or their relationships to each other.
Oh, so they having sex with each other.
Oh.
No, that's not what that's
It
the
went
complaint
dark.
claims that the only exception that would allow Mary Trump to reveal such information would be if the president, Robert Trump, and their sister, Judge Marianne Trump Barry, consented. So she can't do anything,
Judge.
I guess, with their name until they consent, without the family's consent.
Oh, well, yeah, everybody be getting initials.
Right. I would have actually tried to put it out as a fiction.
Yeah. Everybody can read between the lines.
And then later on, after the book has already made a circuit, said this was a
I
true
don't even know
story.
why she announced it. She should have just put the book out.
I would have said, and after everything, after the book was all widely circulated, and then said it was a true story. But when she had got a book deal with that,
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
she could have. She could have just told the
Secrets is out.
publishing company that this is real. This is a true story.
I would have
But we want to make that. I want to write it
and
as a fiction.
And that moment is when you self-publish.
Mhm.
That's when you self-publish. In a moment like that.
Yeah, but then she would be responsible for the whole entire lawsuit. Right now, they suing her and Simon & Schuster.
What they gonna get?
What
They
you mean?
sued her.
Simon & Schuster is big. I'm sure they don't
that's
want
what
this.
I'm saying. That's why she should have just self-published it. It wouldn't have put anybody else in the lineup.
Right, but that lawsuit would have been like wiped her out.
She did it on purpose. She didn't want to go down by herself.
But after he leaves the office, she could have just published
Put it
republished
out,
the book.
right? You couldn't stop it then.
Right. Just left out some chapters that's not really significant, and then resold it with those bullshit chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Called them by different names. Like, girl, you made the announcement. Why would you make the announcement?
Right. That was your dumbness.
Trying to get publicity.
There was ways around it. Right.
Yeah. She could have used like a pseudo name and everything. Girl, she not. She wanted to be stopped.
She was riding off that name. That's what
Right.
it is.
Right.
Moving
I
on.
hope this book get published. I just want to read a couple pages of it. Just a couple.
You can read. I'm sure you can read online.
Then I'll
You
put
don't
her book
read.
right on top of Omarosa's.
I'm coming to get my fucking book.
All right, we got two more. American Express from Trump versus Black Lives Matter.
She tell anybody she's stupid.
Let's do the American Express.
Oh, this is just another company giving Black people money.
Oh hell, we could have did that. with
American
the-
Express pledges $10 million to fund grants for Black businesses affected by COVID.
Yay.
Why she say it like that? Because
They're not even giving Black people American Express cards. So how the fuck they gonna give them money?
I got an American Express
I
card.
want my stimulus. I don't care about none of that.
I'm gonna say I got an American Express card.
I don't.
How many
They denied
legs
me
did you have
5
to shake?
times.
How many legs did you have to shake to get that American Express?
Oh, it was
Yeah.
relatively easily. It's about the same ease that I got
Same
my
amount
Capital
as
One
everybody
card.
else. Okay,
I don't
yeah.
use it because you got to pay that whole bill off. But I got it. Not really a credit card if you got to pay it off immediately.
Oh well, then in that case, I'm glad I was denied.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, you're not
they
working on
gave-
credit
they
if you
gave
pay
you
the
the
credit
Negro
off
card.
at the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? It's
They
not
gave
really
you the
credit.
I'm glad.
It
I'm
is.
glad.
It's credit for the moment.
I mean, yeah, but I just, I'm
Well,
good.
no, yeah, it's credit for 30 days. So that's really a stupid loan.
I
A
want
stupid
that, yeah.
loan. In quotes, stupid loan.
Moving on. I ain't for it.
So let me just finish it. It says this week, American Express announced its coalition with the U.S. Chambers of Commerce Foundation and the U.S. Black Chambers, the National Black Chambers of Commerce, the National Business League, in addition to the Walker's Legacy Organization, with a $10 million pledge to fund a new program that will create organizations focused on supporting Black-owned small businesses over the course of 4 years. The initiative is part of the Finance Giants Global Shop Small campaign. We intend to, this is what they said, we intend for this offer to help jumpstart spending at small businesses during initial reopening by encouraging our global card member base with 110 million to shop small. In fact, we launched the Small Business Saturday with the statement credit offer, which was critical in helping it become a movement and a staple on the retail calendar every year.
Sounds like bullshit.
It says for regular for regular small businesses are like a second home. I don't want y'all to live here. Okay. This is what y'all to,
So that makes me want you
I
to
don't like a whole
DR.
lot of company at my house.
You don't like a lot of things.
Not at my house.
Oh well, too bad. You know we coming over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
I'm
my
gonna hit that.
fucking book.
I'm a real one. Did you even read it? Did you finish reading it?
I did read it. That's why I gave it to you to read.
I can't.
Well, I'm not going to read the book.
I am actually going to read. I am. I'm going to take one day out and read that book because
Sounds like a lot.
I want to read it because I have a different. Like I said with this whole Candace Owens thing, I told you I would give Omarosa a little piece of her black card back, just a little piece, the corner part.
No, I mean,
Because
you don't
Candace
get it
Owens,
back. Like,
Candace
I'm
Owens
not a person-
she just wiped out the whole entire scenario. She doesn't have a black card. Her black card was taken by her slave owners back in 1910.
I mean, and I'm not one of them people that's going to disinvite somebody to the cookout because that's stupid. But I don't think she should be given any leniency because she got fired. Because had she not been fired, she'd have still been sitting there looking down at her. Like,
No, I agree. No, I'm just saying on the basis of Candace Owens, I'm going to give her the sliver. All right, this is her card.
No, she ain't getting.
This
her
is what she
damn-
gets back.
Candace gonna do the same thing.
That's too much. That's still too much.
I'll give Omarosa this much back.
She need that corner piece
but
that you holding. Like
this
she,
one,
no.
this is Candace Owens' card.
Burn the whole damn car.
It's gotta fucking go.
We about to burn the damn house down.
Yes. That was,
Candace Owens' card is on fire. It burned. It's melted. It turned into a little bowl, and then I threw it into another
ashes.
flame. I threw it into another flame. That one I just let burn.
Just let it
It's up here making
burn.
a fool of themselves.
Mm.
It's just dumb. Like, how did you
Jesus.
and just make a fool of yourself like that?
Well, it's okay. She
All
can
right.
let us. Let it
This
burn.
is the last one, and then we're gonna go because this show is going down in the trash can, like at the bottom. You know, the part where sometimes a hole in your bag in your trash can, and the fluid and the liquid falls out. I'm gonna put it in the fluid, and then I'm gonna take a water hose and clean the trash can out. That's what this show is doing.
Money.
That's the most nastiest thing that I could think of is when your trash can got that fluid at the bottom from when your bag made a mistake and got a hole in it, and it's mixed with crab juice. Ugh.
It's not that bad.
It is when you leave it. Have you ever left crabs in your trash can too long?
I'm
And that
talking
smell,
about the show is not that bad. Do not do that.
and that smell
The
come out your
presence
trash
of
can and make you
me.
want to vomit. And that's I'm gonna put the show in that. This show right here is going in that juice.
Listen. Did nobody tell you to have all this technical difficulties? You should have been.
How can somebody tell me the technical difficulties just happened to me? They weren't told to me. If they were told to me, I would have prevented it.
You didn't have it earlier.
But
Right.
If I
You
could
didn't have
tell,
it earlier.
look, if I could tell the technical difficulties when to occur, I would tell them to wait
But
until
you know
after
why
the show.
it happened? Because you ain't let Naya know we was on the show.
I did tell
You know,
Naya that we
nobody
was doing
knows.
the show yesterday when we talked. I said maybe
No,
tomorrow.
you said on Monday. You said we're doing
No,
it
I
Tuesday.
said
Today is
yesterday
Wednesday.
when we talked yesterday. Do you not remember in the group when I said I don't feel like doing my show tonight? I'm going to do it tomorrow.
No.
I said that. You want me to pull it up? Because my
Didn't
technical
get that
difficulty.
memo.
I'll let the technical difficulty
It's
shut
okay.
this bitch
That's
down
why
now.
Mama did all that. That's why Mama pulled all the little cords out and made the technical difficulties happen. Because you always so mean to her.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Who?
Mama.
Who was that? Never heard of her.
That's what you get when you don't feel like it.
I didn't feel like it. I don't know what was
Did you
wrong.
talk about the city helping renters out
What
with
city
the
doing that?
COVID relief funds?
Here?
But what? How can I get that?
So if you're renting, I think it opened up. What's today? The first.
Oh, you
Yeah,
asked
the
me, did I
first.
tell them? I don't rent, so that ain't helping me.
I rent, but I'm in the county.
Today, I don't care about nothing. All these technical difficulties, anything you got to say, I don't care.
So it opened up today on the 1st, and you have. Let me pull it up real quick. You have until I want to say the end of this month in order to file, but you have to have certain things like you have to have proof, like your lease agreement.
It's only for the city.
I want to say yes, but if they're doing it here, I'm quite sure they're gonna do it throughout Maryland as well. I'm quite sure they're gonna do it throughout Maryland. But what's his name? Mosby. He posted it earlier because he wanna show everybody that he's president of the city council. So Baltimore renters who lost their income due to coronavirus pandemic can receive assistance under a $13 million relief program that will launch Wednesday, July the 1st. It will continue until 7 p.m. on July the 13th.
Huh.
Get your life together.
What?
Get your right.
I was talking
This
to
is
somebody
an
in the
informative
background.
show. You talking about Mary J. Blige?
I thought you was talking about.
the relief
Go ahead and tell about the rent stuff. I'm just telling them I don't care.
I know you. See, you know
They
what?
say that when the bank gave you mortgage relief,
Where they give me mortgage relief at?
they helped you not have to pay it right away.
I pay my mortgage every month on time. They had to tell me that. They will never hold me down.
What? This
Mm-mm.
shade that you have.
It is.
Where is
That's
my
black people.
No, so
That's,
they
that's
gave you,
what's
they gave
wrong
us
with
mortgage help. I ain't get it. I'm gonna say.
it. They did give y'all some relief. They had made it so y'all didn't have to pay it right away.
I mean, they told everybody that the rent and the mortgage. I mean, but
No, it
I ain't
wasn't
take
for
advantage
rent.
of it. I paid my
It
mortgage.
wasn't for rent. It was they just released that for the rent.
No, they
Yesterday.
stopped evictions. You couldn't be evicted during the
Yeah,
shutdown.
but it wasn't any relief funds for it though. They're actually helping people to pay off these last couple months
Mortgage?
rents.
Oh, I'm see again. What, look,
Mm-hmm.
look. Me, Karen.
Oh, you know what? See, put
That's
these on right.
Did you see that
That's a
technical
Negro
difficulty
thing.
happen while I did that? Did you see it? Look at that.
We can't even see it because your green screen cut it off.
Right, and this
Sorry.
is white. So why?
I see it though.
Because your jacked up camera.
No, my camera is a HD cam.
It was at one
Is
point.
that why you got that blue spot on your forehead?
Exactly.
Y'all just gonna keep coming? Y'all coming? Because we can start this coming. You know,
Like somebody shot up in his forehead. Wow.
See, this is why I didn't want to
Being
do.
so petty.
See,
And look, I don't even know where a dumpster is, but I'm gonna find one for this show.
I'm gonna put it in the group. Nah.
Okay.
I'm gonna put
Yeah,
it
I need to check that out.
Yeah, give that to her.
Oh,
You just have to have a couple.
you know what? Where's my other shades that's darker?
Because I don't get.
I need to block all of this.
Look, let me tell you, between me and you.
She has been a relief worker, a central employee, so she deserves it.
Exactly. Thank you, Dave.
Mm. Oh, the sun going down over there. Is that what happened? It's
No,
blinding you.
this is for all the shade that you be throwing out. And I just figured, you know what I'm saying, in honor of you, I'm gonna slap my shades on because you're so shady.
All right, this is the last thing we're going to talk about, and then we're going to
Mm-hmm.
go. Because look at this. This show has been destroyed. Because I burned it. I'm gonna burn it.
Because you
I'm
over there
going to
talking
burn
over there.
it.
Yeah, you over there
I
having
think my hand
conversations.
sanitizer is flammable, right? And I'm going to
Just
take
go
this
ahead,
hand
blow up
sanitizer.
the basement. Go blow up the basement.
I'm going to take this hand sanitizer and I'm going to rub it all over this show, just like this. And then I'm just going to set it on fire. I'm just going to set it on fire.
Well, go ahead and test it on your hand. Set your hand on fire.
No, this is because my fingers was starting to hurt.
No.
You know, my stuff got weed in it, and it helps with my joints.
I don't even believe it. Go ahead.
Shout out to Uncle Buds.
First
I
of
can't
all,
show
let
it
me
up there
tell you
because the
these-
bottle is green, so you can't even see the bottle because the bottle is green.
Let me tell you about these goalies.
But this is Uncle Buds.
Let me tell you about these goalies.
Uncle Buds,
in about a month,
organic
after
hemp seed
y'all
oil.
finish taking them, y'all all gonna have a high blood sugar
For
and
what?
diabetes twice.
For what?
All for these goalies. Let me tell y'all, that is nothing but a fucking Starburst gummy bear. That's all the fuck it is. And they tricking y'all and telling y'all that it's fucking vinegar.
Let's talk about the goalies, okay? The goalies. This is
I don't even think those.
This is
they sweet as hell. I'm not taking them.
I love them. They're gluten-free, they're
no
vegan, they're non-GMO, and they're organic and unfiltered. These are Goli apple cider vinegar gummies. They help with your digestion. They help with your digestion.
They won't.
They do. Oh, we're done. You haven't gone to the bathroom yet?
First of all, I only took 2 of them. When I bit down into it, I said these are fucking the heartburn gummy bears, and I'm not doing that to myself.
I have never gotten heartburn.
Diabetes. Look at them chewing them like they regular gummy bears.
I do. But they tasty. You can't help it. They tasty. Got that little sour at the
Yeah. And then you will go to the doctor. He's like, "How's my blood sugar? I've been taking my Goldie." Like, "Sir, that is not approved by the FDA."
That's the
they are approved by the FDA, though. They are actually approved by the FDA.
I'm getting my money back.
Don't believe it.
They are delicious, though. They don't have yeast in them. That's the whole thing about it. And they're not made from cow hooves and horse hooves.
That's what they tell you.
Like other gummies.
Okay.
Gummy bears. Anything that's got that
gummies.
keratin stuff in them.
They are gummy bears. They are not fucking.
They are not. They made from pomegranate juice.
About
they made from pomegranates and something else. I don't know what they are. What else is made of right now? I could tell you. I got the bottle right here. So Goldie's ingredients is
$50 for
organic
3
cane sugar. Ooh, that was the first ingredient.
Exactly what I said. And that shit ain't nowhere on their ingredients on the line.
See that?
The first ingredient is sugar. That don't make no damn sense.
None. And they telling these people it's gonna lower their blood sugar. That shit's gonna spike. They just got all of y'all. They just did a new shape for the gummy bears. Nope. I'm good.
He said a new shape for the gummy bear.
That's all they did.
I can't.
Packaging. Just going back to the store, back to the store.
So did y'all hear about this is it. I gotta cut this show off at some point so I can put it in the trash. Y'all gotta stop talking.
We might as well keep on destroying it till we get done.
Look at the camera.
Look at it.
Why my camera
Cut it up
moving?
like you normally do.
Why is my camera moving?
Cut it up on your 4th of July vacation since you're not doing nothing.
Now I got holes all in my face. I can't.
Those holes been in your face.
I'm leaving. I've had enough. I've had enough.
I don't mean to
It's still going back over there.
It's moving over there. I'm not over there. Look.
It looks like you got stabbed twice. Got shot right in the forehead.
Look, why I wiped them away. All right, this is the final one, and I've got to go. Trump calls proposed Black Lives Matter mural outside of Trump Tower a symbol of hate.
Oh, fuck you.
So they're proposing to put a Black Lives Matter mural outside of Trump Tower. I guess that's in New York. The one in New York. Yeah, New York City. And he calls it a
Whoever
symbol,
that man that be putting them
hate.
toilet seats around, what's his name? Shorty Ribs or something?
Mm-hmm.
Them toilet seats around, them toilets around Baltimore City, he need to go and find all Trump hotels and put them in front of them.
Toilet seat, the bowl?
Yeah, he takes a whole like toilet and like puts the name of certain like congressmen and council people in it and just sits it in random places downtown or around the city in front of the houses of like council people.
Oh gosh, that's
They
funny.
need to do that to the
so what does it symbolize? Take it down.
The bullshit. It's really no real meaning behind it. He just doing his civil activism.
Oh, look at this. The mayor is the one who is sanctioning this crap. The
mayor of DC.
Of New York, De Blasio.
Oh.
He said De Blasio said he ordered the mural with the words "Black Lives Matter" painted in bright letters to be right in front of Trump Tower for a reason. We're going to take this moment in history and amplify it by taking the Black Lives Matter symbolism and putting it all over the city, including right in front of Trump Tower. That's what he said.
Yes, Mayor de Blasio.
They're also taking $1 billion from the police and applying it to social services.
For what services?
Social services. Not to social services like the one food stamps and stuff, but to social services.
Same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. It's like, services, rehabilitation, things like that.
That's social services.
No, but it's
putting in the
different layers to social services.
I'm gonna start a fund.
No, I'm about to go start an OnlyFans page.
I'm just about to start a Naya funds.
And I'm gonna be eating my goalies.
Naya's only. Not with the goalies.
It's goalies.
I eat my goalies on my OnlyFans page.
I was going to talk about this Ava DuVernay and Colin Kaepernick thing.
What's they doing with that?
They're going to do a show about his teen years, him growing up.
Oh, come on. Come on, that's too much. That's too much. Don't do it. It
No,
ain't
it
time
must.
yet.
It must. I mean, it has to be something to it.
Yeah, but we really didn't even know his name before all this. Like, get a little bit more life under your belt. Get married,
It
get
says it's going to
divorced,
be.
have
They're going to
a
produce
affair, like
a
something. Like,
limited scripted series focused on Kaepernick's formative high school
oh, that's gonna be
years,
so boring. It sounds like it's gonna be boring.
lending meaningful insight into the acts and experiences that led him to become an activist he is today.
Because he got teased for being light skinned. Oh, okay, I get it. I got it.
I want you to stop hating him, and I want y'all to
I
stop hating him
I
right
know,
now.
but it's more things that they could be doing.
But
Like,
I think that's worthy. He's
no, it's
already going to
not.
be in the history books. Why not have a?
Okay, I mean, he gonna be in there, but live a little bit before you start making a TV show about your life. Like,
He's lived enough. I
like,
don't think that he has to live any longer after he's been
yeah, he
very
does.
prolific in what he's done so far and
He
being
does.
ejected from his job. I think he deserves to continue his efforts, even with a television
No,
show.
live a little bit more. Just live a little bit more. Turn 40 at least. Turn 40.
Would you
first.
feel differently if it was you in his shoes?
But I wouldn't want to do something like this. On
Yes,
this
you
level.
would. You are a
No, I
damn
wouldn't.
actor, and you would want to actually play the role of yourself in this film.
No,
And you
I
know what? That's
wouldn't.
it. That's it. I can't with this show's technical difficulties are taking me
No,
out
I
of here.
wouldn't.
I
I just
can't.
want him to live a little bit more
I
because
don't want the last thing to be an
I'm
argument.
tired of these documentaries. Of
It's not a
people
doc. It was a
still
scripted
alive.
show with
Like,
actors.
yeah, but I'm still tired of these It's a docu series because it's about somebody's actual life. I'm tired of these docu series about people who still living. Like, it's boring. Because
I don't know.
what
I don't know. I don't know what he did when he grew up. It might be something that he might have saved a kid from being killed or
he did.
a bank from being robbed. He could be a
He probably
vigilante.
did.
Vigilante. Maybe he got a cape.
He don't. He was teased for being light skinned and mixed. So
Well, there we have it.
Just live a little bit.
There we
please.
have it. And he became an activist out of being light skinned.
And we moved again.
He didn't. He wanted a raise, and he thought if he kneeled, he'd
I
get
just
a raise.
slapped it that time. He might, it's something in his life that made him become an activist, and it probably has something to do with him.
You
being
just
mixed.
want to see more of him. I get it.
I
Light
probably
skin.
won't watch the show because I'm not.
Light skin, your
See,
type.
now
I
you
get
try
it.
to make
I
me
get it.
sound racist.
I get it.
You try to make me sound racist because I don't watch a whole lot of black shows. The last black show I watched was Black
because
as Fuck.
he's light skinned, so that's why you want to watch it. This is your speed. I get it. I understand.
I watch black shows. I'm watching Living Single right now.
You watching
Yeah.
Living Single?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all I've been watching.
I mean, I watched that when it was on. Look, y'all not gonna get me wrapped up into this technical difficulties. I'm not doing this tonight.
It's already happening. It's already happening.
I'm not doing this tonight.
It's
I don't
already
have
happening.
any more things to talk about.
The show is finally going on smoothly.
I'm gonna go back over here and read this article that I had pulled yesterday that has nothing to do with the show.
Nothing. See, that's when you start fucking up, when you start pulling things out your head.
No, this I was reading this article about the Africans being vaccinated over in Africa. It's a volunteer program.
They've done that forever because our genes are so unique that if we can surpass it, then it can definitely help other people. So that's the myth behind why they always try to test us. Because we have this unique coding.
Well, this was reached out to countries and they chose to do this test.
For a vaccination.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying my ass right now.
What'd you say?
I said, who got $3,000 for a vaccine?
Oh, this is in Africa, not here.
They're testing it out on them first. Though.
In Africa, no. Mm-mm.
Africa's a big country with a whole bunch of folk, right? And they only got 106,000 cases and 2,100 deaths.
Wow.
Because they shut down. Like my friend in South Africa said, they really shut down, like they were supposed to, and they stayed in quarantine for the whole time. And they're just opening it back up, like a lot of the other countries are doing. They've been open since May.
That was very rude.
You're so ignorant.
That was very rude, and I didn't mean to say that out loud, but I
you did because you that type of Negro. You that type of Negro.
You didn't hear it, Naya. It's all good.
I heard it, but I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna. Money.
Just wondering if there's
He's that type of person. You know what? You should have been light skinned. Well, go ahead.
I just wonder if there's shut down.
It would match your personality. You know it. Go ahead. So please don't.
I was playing with my ventriloquist doll.
It's definitely not working.
Oh no, this is the other article I was reading. Is should Black Americans get slavery reparations? And this was published by BBC News.
Slavery
and this page is long. I mean, this is a long one. And
I think we should. In my opinion, I think we should.
Mm-hmm.
But we go fuck it up like we always do. Like right now, there's a bunch of Black people online complaining about other Black people getting unemployment. So
I always had that argument, you know, with Black folks that say, I don't want no handouts.
Right.
Is it a handout? But is it a handout?
No.
If you are owed it, if you're owed it, is it a handout? What do you mean you don't want no handouts? You better hand it over.
Yeah.
Put your hand
don't speak for me, bitch. Don't speak for me. Exactly. I want it. Give it to me.
Mm-hmm. And when they get the check in the mail, they
go cash it. They go and cash it. Seriously, because the argument is always, I don't want no handout because I want to start my own business and build it all and build my own empire.
Yeah.
And why can't you use this as a cushion? And why can't you use this as a cushion?
Right.
What's preventing you from using this?
Everybody else has. Like that's the argument. A lot of these white corporations that are 100, 150 years old.
But again, that's something again that was drilled. That has been drilled into you. If you do this, if you work so hard, if you work this hard, and you can get to where I am one day,
There's
nigga.
People dying every day that work their life to the bone, to their deathbed.
Right, and never got it, and never made it, and never did anything but die. Yep. And that's the real truth. Like, I mean, stop, fight for what you want.
And that's why
don't struggle for what you want. Fight for what you want.
That's why they fought so hard not to give it to us. Because if all of us collectively, it's gonna be people that go buy fucking scooters and get their hair done and shit. But if most of us are gonna start business,
right, and some of them might squander. Now the people that squander it away, they deserve it. They deserve what they get.
Because I saw more people during this time right here that were getting stimulus checks and the unemployment that started businesses.
Let somebody come knock on this door and be like, I got 40 acres right now and a mule.
Well, Jesus.
Can I take it to the Dominican? Can I take this to the Dominican? That's my only question.
Yeah, you can have that fucking mule.
Well, can you give me the cash equivalent of what you're going to give me these 40 acres and mule will cost so I can go to the Dominican? I got to get out of here. Gotcha.
No, you're stuck with that.
The land is just as valuable as the cash is.
I'll take the cash. Give me the cash. I just want the equivalent. But
money ain't going away. Ain't nobody buying it because you stuck with us.
Mm. So it says, how does a country recover from centuries of slavery and racism? In the U.S., a growing number of voices are saying the answer is reparations. Reparations are restitution for slavery, an apology, and repayment to Black citizens whose ancestors were forced into slavery, into the slave trade.
Yeah.
It's a policy notion that many Black academics and advocates have long called for, but one that politicians have largely sidestepped or ignored.
But it goes beyond just slavery. It goes all the way up into segregation and Jim Crow laws that prevented us from moving any further. It didn't matter how smart you were. You still couldn't live where you wanted or go to school where you wanted or marry who you wanted. It goes beyond just slavery here.
So why do you think for this past century, I'm gonna say century, all the way to the beginning of the 1900s, has it fell on, because it's coming to a boiling point now in 2020, but why has it fell on deaf ears for a century? Like I could hear like every fifth person, or even probably less than that, every 50th person will mention like in conversation that we're gonna get our reparations, our 40 acres and a mule. Because it was promised to us.
They hear you.
This is probably what they've been told growing up. It's probably
Right.
what they've been told.
But what I'm saying is like you don't hear that coming out of every person's mouth.
No,
Why do you
'cause
think it's
it's-
falling on
Because most
deaf
people don't
ears?
believe that it will actually happen, so they're not going to talk it up. It's not going to be talked up. But it's not falling on deaf ears because they hear you saying it. But if they were to give us, even the guy that the former owner and creator of BET, he spelled it out. He even has a dollar amount that each person should get.
Mhm.
They're not going to do that because that will totally throw off the white economy. It would totally throw it off. We would be so much more powerful. There gonna be a bunch of people who do dumb shit like buy a bunch of drugs and shit to resell, but it's gonna be a lot more people that will. It'll be enough of us where we could overthrow any type of institutional racism or anything. And they not gonna give us that type of power. They're not, and we're not strong enough together to fight for it right now, to demand it, because we
I
really
think
could demand it.
I think right now, since all this whole everything is going and everybody's kind of sort of being on one page, would be the perfect time for people to vote on it and stuff like that.
We have the means to do it right now. Look what they just did with the stimulus.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
with the unemployment.
Oh no,
with the
you're not going to
pandemic
get it.
unemployment.
The problem with that is that it's not going to get done in this session of Congress. Nothing is
What?
actually. You might get another
Oh,
$1,200, but nothing is going to move this needle for racial injustice in this
yeah, no,
Congress.
I mean,
But those
I
things,
mean,
but the things that Trump are doing right now, he's just trying to appease black people, and this would be the moment for these black people that he's kind of feeding us to kind of push for it. This would be our moment to push for it, and then get somebody actually in the office that would like take the torch and actually make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like this would be that moment to do that. Like use them, like he's trying to use us right now.
hmm
Even all those black Republicans, they gonna take them fucking reparations just like the Democrat black people are. They not gonna turn it down.
no,
Mm-hmm.
nope, heck no.
You don't see none of them saying no, reparations is not the way. None of them are saying that. They'll say everything else but that.
Mm.
Reparations.
Some of the first African slaves are purchased in Virginia by English colonists. Those slaves had been used by European colonists long before.
Maybe that shit wasn't new.
No, I'm just reading it. That was just a portion of this article. It's very long. I mean, it's 10 pages long, and it goes through the
Jeez.
timeline of slavery. What's the history of slavery? In 1868, the 14th Amendment grants freed Americans African American citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
In 1870, the 15th Amendment gives African American men the right to vote. The South begins passing segregation laws. Mm-hmm.
Jim Crow laws.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate this country. We are a joke to people.
And then I've seen
People
this
don't
one
even
before.
want to come here no more.
I've seen this little flyer before. The Great Sale of Slaves, January 10th, 1855. You can get one for $3, aged from 20 to 26, strong and able-bodied. You need a wench.
Crazy.
It said you need a wench. One wench. Her name is Sally, aged 42, an excellent cook. Then they got another wench, Liz, or Liz. I prefer Liz. Aged 23, with a 6-month-old pickaninny. That's it. I'm out. I gotta go. I gotta catch my bus. My bus is coming. That's it. I gotta go. Click. Good night. That's it. I can't. That's it.
You don't want to hear no more?
No, I'm done. I'm over.